Got a visitor. I got a visitor. Yes, I do. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cheryl, and today I'm going to be doing The Sims book tag. Now this tag was originally created by Hale Hearts NYC, and I'll link her original video down below so you can go ahead and check it out. But this tag just definitely resonated with me. When I was younger, I played the absolute heck out of The Sims. I played the original, I played The Sims 2, and I played The Sims 3. I haven't gotten into 4 yet because I've heard fairly negative reviews about the game as a whole, so it's kind of kept me from it, but the original one, and especially 2 is I think what I devoted most of my time in. But so when I saw this tag was a thing, I was like, yes, I need to do it, please. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the books. So question number 1 is The Original Sims, the best author debut. So the book I've picked for this is The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. This book is phenomenal. It's basically a loose retelling of 1,000 Arabian Nights, and now I've never read the original story, so I don't know how it really compares. However, this novel was just phenomenal, and for it to be her debut is just incredible. And the sequel, The Rose and the Dagger, is even better. I literally could not put that book down, and it made me cry, which is not something that happens very often in books. So yeah, if you have not picked up this duology, I highly, highly recommend it. So question number 2 is The Grim Reaper, the saddest character death. And I'm definitely not going to spoil anything for this one, so I'm just going to hold up my book of choice, and if you've read it, you'll understand. And that is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. Not much you have to say about this one. So question number 3 is Sims Getting Stuck, a character that just got in the way. And so my answer for this one is Anna from Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. And before you guys lynch me, I did enjoy this book. It was quite a cute, fluffy contemporary read. I finished it in about a day. However, especially at the beginning of the book, Anna just irritated me. She grew on me later, but especially at the beginning when she was doing her whole, I can't believe my father would give me the opportunity to study abroad in France. How dare he? I was just... So question number 4 is Simlish, a book with amazing writing. And my answer for this is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. Now, if you have not read this series yet, stop what you're doing, drop everything, and go buy this book. Because V.E. Schwab has an amazing way with words. She's able to create an interesting world, an interesting plot, and interesting characters, and weave them all together in a way that's just utterly phenomenal. I'd heard really good things about this book going into it, so I was a little hesitant because, you know, the hype was real. However, just her writing immediately blew me away. I was completely engrossed in this story, and it is definitely one of the most unique books I have ever read, so I definitely recommend this. So question number 5 is Expansion Packs, a series that kept getting better and better with each book. So my answer for this is The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, and this is the first book, Cinder. I didn't hate this book, but I didn't love it. I think it was just kind of an average 3.5 star read for me. So I was really hesitant to continue the series. I waited quite a while to pick up the next book, Scarlet, and I regretted that decision the moment I started reading because that book was just leagues and leagues above this one. And I don't really know what the difference is between them because the story is interesting regardless. This series definitely kind of started off weak but got better and better as it went on. So question number 6 is Sims Romance, the worst case of insta-love. And my answer for this is one I've not heard mentioned on BookTube before, and that is The Wizard's First Rule by Terry Goodkind. The romance between the two main characters, Richard and Kalan. I love this series, and I love this book. It's epic fantasy. I think there's like 10 plus books in the series by this point. So it's got all of the elements of a great fantasy series, but the romance between these two characters is just ridiculous. And I didn't really realize it until I did a reread of this book recently. So these characters have known each other for like only 2 or 3 months by towards the end of the book, but they've suddenly developed a world-shattering love for each other that can go beyond like any sort of curse. I don't know. It's just... If you've read this book before, you'll know what I'm talking about, and I don't want that to discourage you from picking up this book or this series, because it is really good, but there was no, like, slow-burning romance between these two characters. They went from 0 to 100 real quick. Question number 7 is Cheats, a book that's entirely unrealistic. Now, there's a few directions I could have gone with this, considering I do read a lot of fantasy and stuff like that, which have unrealistic plots, but the book I decided to go with is The Selection by Kiera Cass, or specifically the Selection series. Now, it's not even the fact that this takes place in a dystopian future. That's not what made me choose it for this question. It's just the unrealistic character choices. It's the unrealistic characters themselves. And there's just a lot of things in this series that have led to me choosing it for this question. Unrealistic. Question number 8 is needs fulfillment. A character who made all of the wrong decisions. And my answer for this is Tatiana from The Bronze Horseman by Paulina Simmons. I love this book, but especially towards the end of the book, the decisions that Tatiana started making were I just did not understand them. She would consistently put herself into harm's way, and you can say it was because of love, but girl, what you doing? What you doing? Bad decisions all around. Question number 9. Error Code 12, a series that started off great but went downhill from there. And my answer for this might be kind of cheating a little because this is a duology, not an actual series, but that's going to be Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. I adore the first book. I've read it so many times. It's so fantastic, but the second book just falls flat. It pales in comparison to the first book. And I know a lot of that comes from the fact that Crichton never really intended to write a second novel, but he was pressured to because of following the success of the first one. So that naturally led it to be a weaker story. But overall, the second one just paled in comparison to the first one. The first one was just so much better. And question number 10 is The Sims Vortex, a series that completely engrossed you. And my answer for this is the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. Oh my god, this series is just so fantastic. This book was a pretty high star read for me. It engrossed me from the beginning, but I did have some problems with it, specifically with Selena as a main character. I thought she was way too arrogant and cocky. So I was kind of hesitant to continue the series, but good golly gosh, I am glad I did, because this series just gets better and better with each book. I literally read Queen of Shadows in like a day and a half, and considering it's over 600 pages, I think that's pretty impressive. I'm currently reading Empire of Storms right now, and I'm almost done with it, if you can see that. And like every other book in this series, I am completely engrossed. When I pick this book up, I find myself being unable to put it down, which is bad because I'm flying through it and I know it's going to be forever until we get the next one. But what can I say? Sarah J. Maas's writing just pulls me in, and I just want to know what's going to happen with these characters in this story because it's my favorite. And question number 11 is, who do you tag? I'll tag anyone who watches this video and who wants to do this tag. I wasn't tagged by anyone in particular. However, if you played The Sims and you find this video interesting, definitely go ahead and give it a go. Comment down below a link to your video if you go ahead and do this tag, and let me know, because I want to see everyone's answers. Because I love The Sims and I love books, and to see the two mashed together is just perfect. So yeah, those are my answers. Let me know down below if you agree with any of them, or if you don't. You know, everyone's welcome to their own opinion. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!